Hi guys, James here and welcome to day 5 of the 12 pedals of Christmas. Today I've got out the Paul Reed Smith DGT and the 2-Rock Bloomfield drive, and I'm going to in a moment show you what the new pedal to the board is. Just a very quick rundown for anyone who hasn't been here before. In the 12 days leading up to Christmas, I'm setting up my pedal board finally after a whole series of videos talking about what sort of pedals I wanted to have. That journey will still continue, but I've reached a point where I'm quite happy to put together this pretty elaborate pedal board, the centre of which is the Gigrig G3. Now I'm going to get to show you something a little bit later which really makes this another level up from its predecessor. But first let me show you what the amp sounds like, and I'll put the settings up on the screen. So that's the amp. It's really just getting to that edge of breakup sound. I've got it in the low power mode today, 50 watts. Something happened in this room where on 100 watts everything was just rattling today. I haven't tidied up in a few days because it's been hectic filming all these videos. And that happens when you've got all sorts of different things around the room. It's still early morning here, so a bit of coffee. Okay, let's run through what we've got first. So the first pedal was the Cali 76. Really nice, just gives you a little bit of compression. The next pedal was the Austin Pride Fuzz, which is just epic. Love that. And then next we had the Strymon Volante, which is set up like this today. Yeah, so doing quite a lot today on the Strymon. Okay, the new pedal. The new pedal is one that I only really started using a couple of weeks ago, and it's quickly becoming a really important pedal for me. That's the Thorpy FX, the Peacekeeper, and it's a reasonably low gain pedal with a decent amount of tone twiddling options like presence, bass, treble, gain and volume. And I'll show you what I've got it set up as. It's got a mirrored finish on this. It's very difficult to film and show you anything that's happening. But that sounds by itself like this. Which I think is great, really works nicely with this amp. I'm using a new sort of pick today, which is this Dunlop Prime Tone 3 or something. It's tiny. I'm used to picks that are, I don't know what you can see, but I'm used to picks that are this size, and then this is this size. So I sort of read that people really like this pick. I wanted to try it. I'm going to keep playing with it for a week or so. I can already feel quite a bit of extra dexterity. It's small, and as long as I sort of get comfortable with it and it's just not, you know, difficult, I'll carry on for a while and let you know what I think. Okay, so let's just put a couple of pedals together first, and then I want to show you the Stomp Box mode on the G3, which is really fantastic, clever stuff. But I think before I show you that, I'll show you what it does, and then I'll show you how you do it. So I've got my Peacekeeper on. Today that's the always on pedal. And then I've set up stomp box buttons basically for the other pedals, so I can add and subtract them easily in a sort of live situation. So let's say I'm just playing with the Peacekeeper. Then I want some delay. And then I want to boost it with the compressor. And then I want to add in some fuzz. Now I've got all 4 pedals on. That is epic. And then I basically added the compressor and the fuzz as what are called normal stomp boxes. What it means is I have them preset to another button which changes into stomp box mode. I'm going to show you all this in a second on the pedal cam. And I can add those on top, and then as soon as I press the preset button that I was on, i.e. in this case the Peacekeeper one, it takes those away again. What this means is I don't have to set up presets with all the different combinations of pedals that you can possibly do at the beginning, because essentially that would take away your sort of improvisational creativity during a gig, wouldn't it, if you had to pre-think every single combination that you wanted. So you can set them as stomp boxes as if you were just playing with normal pedals, add them on and very quickly take them away. You don't have to press the button for each pedal again. But what if you wanted to add 3 or 4 pedals on top of your always on, but only remove a couple of them quickly? Well, that's where sticky mode comes in. And I've set the delay pedal to sticky mode. So I'll just tell you conceptually what it means, and then I'll actually show you on camera. But I'm back to just the Peacekeeper again. Then I've got it set to number 10. I press number 10, that's the delay pedal on sticky mode. And what that means is that just by pressing the original preset again, it won't remove that, unlike for normal mode stomp boxes. Because then I add the fuzz, just for that moment of... I want to get rid of the fuzz, I can just press either the stomp box that has the fuzz on it or the original preset. But in doing that, I don't get rid of the delay because it's on sticky mode. And it took me, 10 minutes and watching Gigrig's video about it a couple of times to really understand not just physically how to do it, technically that's, you can learn that, but to figure out the concept, why would you need that? And it's because you want to layer various effects and pedals together and only remove some at one time, add others, and it's very, very clever. So let's go to pedal cam. I'll show you how you do that, and then we'll come back and I'll just put together a little combo of pedals again, and we'll just play on out, and then I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay, so I've got the Thorpy FX Peacekeeper all plugged in and ready to go now. So I'm going to show you what Stomp Box mode is. First of all, quickly, if you've not seen any of the other videos in this series, this is the Gigrig G3, which you can use to control all your pedals and do various different things. Each pedal is plugged into an effects loop at the back, numbered from 1 to 12. Each pair of numbers can also be a stereo loop, which is what the Strymon Volante is going to be plugged into eventually. For example, the Cali 76 is in number 1. This number 1 on this foot switch doesn't correlate to this effects loop number 1. I could have any number on here. These are just preset switches. I just happen to have number 1 here. I've preset number 2 to there. Number 4, because I've left a space at the moment, is the next one. And then the Strymon Volante is on number 4. You can also then put as many as you want on a preset, and I showed you yesterday how to reverse the order or change the order of pedals, which is quite interesting. Today I'm showing you Stomp Box mode. So let's assume that pedal number 4, the Thorpy FX, is an always on pedal, and so that's by itself, sorry. So let's just say that we're playing a track with the Thorpy FX on, and I want to be able to turn the fuzz on at various points. So rather than having to make another preset with the Thorpy FX and the fuzz and then switch over to it, I can actually connect to the fuzz to its own Stomp Box mode pedal. So let's take an empty bar, has to be completely empty, and then we'll assign the fuzz number 2 and we'll press Stomp Box. What that allows me to do is have number 3 with my always on pedal, for example, going, and then anytime I want to hit the fuzz, I would press number 11 and it adds the fuzz to that rather than moving over to just the fuzz. When I want to have the fuzz back off again, I would press that one, and now I'm back to just having the always on. I could do the same on here, Stomp Box, and have the Cali 76. So again, with my always on pedal, I could then go for Cali 76, and then suddenly I might need the fuzz. I can put the fuzz on. I could then turn the Cali 76 off by itself, put it back on if I need it, and then go back to just the always on pedal. Then there's another concept, which is a sticky Stomp Box. So I have to set it to sticky first. So let me just show you how. You go down using this down switch, Stomp Box, across. Sticky Stomp is on because I already had it set on, but it could be normal stomp, sticky stomp, or flash stomp, which I'll discuss in another video. Normal is what these were set on, and we want this one to be sticky. Now I'm going to set Stomp Box on and then the Strymon Volante number 9. So I go back to my always on, and then I want the Strymon Volante to come on, so I hit that Stomp Box. But now you'll notice I can't turn it off again with the preset button. I have to turn it off with its own button, whereas on a normal Stomp Box mode you can turn it off from the main preset or from its own button. Why would you do this? Well, let's say that I've got the delay going, sticky Stomp Box. At some point I want to add the Cali 76 and the fuzz, play with that for a second, and then I want to turn those two off but keep this one on. I can do that by just pressing the original preset. Those two normal Stomp Box modes go off, you keep the delay on, and you could turn the delay off if you wanted to, like that. It's a really clever way of doing things. Once you've done it a couple of times, it makes a lot of sense as to why you might set normal or sticky. I think modulation effects are pretty good to put in sticky mode. But yeah, there's the concept, and you can do with it creatively what you will. Right, let's get back to actually playing something. Okay, so I hope that made some sense, and you can see that Stomp Box mode is a bit of a game changer, really. I don't think the original Gigrig had a function like that. But what I want to do now is just, you know, play around for a second. This time I'm going to use the fuzz as my always on, and I'm quickly going to add a sticky mode, Stomp Box mode. Oh, I've already done it. So I've got a Stomp Box mode there with the Peacekeeper. There we go. It really becomes intuitive, this thing. I know it looks like I'm sort of getting confused for a second, but it only once you've been playing with it for, what's this, the 3rd day that I'm playing with this, it becomes quite intuitive quite quickly. Okay, so we've got the fuzz on. there you go. I just played around there, adding and changing and sort of taking away pedals as I wanted to. And I just wanted to show you very quickly how easy it is to get around the idea of stomp boxes and how flexible this whole thing is. You might not have seen any of that on camera, but you'll have got the idea basically as the sounds changed. So the Gigrig G3 has so many functions, and the Stomp Box mode is really, really a cool one. And today I'm just absolutely loving the combination of this guitar, this amp, and everything. It's just working. Some days some things work, and other days they don't. Who knows why? And I thought it'd be fun if I ended videos by maybe giving recommendations for other videos to watch that I find useful. This morning I was watching Kirk Fletcher talking about phrasing. I've had a couple of mentions recently on my comments, which have been very kind, of people complimenting me for sort of improving on my guitar and improving my phrasing. And you know, I've got so far to go, and it's very exciting, the journey of sort of improving as a musician. And watching people like Kirk Fletcher and taking their lessons on TrueFire really, really is fantastic. You can pick up little nuggets, little light bulb moments as you watch. You don't have to learn everything exactly, you know. I think the whole point of taking these lessons is cherry pick. You want to get influences from all over the place. Kirk Fletcher is an absolute example of that. Josh Smith is another. They talk a lot about their influences, and Kirk Fletcher is at pains to tell you that you don't want to sound like your heroes, but you do want to take little nuggets from them that you can add to your own repertoire and colour them with your own flavour. So I'm going to put a link to that video in my description or my comments, and please, like last time, someone remind me if I've forgotten to do that. But yeah, when I find something good, I'll tell you about it. Otherwise I won't just randomly go and find stuff for the sake of it. But things that are helping me to improve slightly here and there, they're inspirational. So anyway, that's the end of day 5. I hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you for day 6. I wonder what pedal's next. Cheers.